Cousins, don't scroll away because what went down last night in New York City is wild. Cardi B was spotted at a strip club. But not just any strip club. This was the Starlets, the same club where her man Stefon Diggs' other baby mama, Cay Benji, was hosting. And Cousins, when I tell you the tension in that building could be felt through the walls, whew, you're gonna want to hear every detail. Wait and watch this clip till the end. Because what started as a night of fun and flexing turned into something that had Cardi leaving the club in visible anger. It all began just before midnight on October 6, 2025. Cardi had rolled into Starlets with her usual entourage, her team, a few close friends, and several security guards. Eyewitnesses say she came in glowing, wearing a silver mini dress that caught every bit of light in the room. People were cheering, throwing phones up, chanting her name. But no one expected what was about to unfold. According to multiple Facebook posts that have since gone viral, fans claim Cardi B didn't just show up to spend money. She came to stunt on Cay Benji, Stefon Diggs' other baby mama, who was reportedly hosting the club that very night. The coincidence, or maybe not so coincidence, had social media in flames. Why would Cardi show up to that club of all nights? One fan wrote on X, "It's giving message, not mistake." But others weren't so sure. People who were there say Cardi seemed genuinely surprised when she realized who was on the hosting list. One insider told Gossip Culture Daily, "You could see it in her face. She froze when she found out Cay was there. She looked like she wanted to leave, but her people tried to tell her to just have fun, stay confident." Still, it didn't take long before the vibes shifted. Clubgoers said Cardi's energy went from playful to icy in minutes. She was smiling when she walked in, one bartender said. But as soon as she looked up at the stage and saw who was holding the mic, her whole expression dropped. Like she was trying to keep it together, but you could see the tension. And here's where it gets even crazier. Within minutes, Cardi B started throwing stacks. Not one or two, but $25,000 worth of singles. The DJ shouted, "Cardi in the building!" And everyone started crowding around her. She made it rain for nearly 5 minutes straight, the entire floor covered in glittering cash. Some people thought she was flexing, others thought she was furious. "She wasn't smiling," one dancer told the Shade District. Normally, when someone's spending like that, they're laughing, hyped up. Cardi wasn't. It felt like she was proving a point, like she wanted someone specific to see her do it. Online, fans instantly connected the dots. Cay Benji, Stefon's baby mama, hosting the same night. Cardi, spending 25Ks in cash, eyes cold, leaving early. "Oh, she knew," one user wrote. This was personal. By 1:30 a.m., witnesses say Cardi's mood had completely changed. She sat in a corner booth with her team, barely speaking. A fan caught a brief video showing her checking her phone, shaking her head, then whispering something to her assistant. Moments later, she stood up, adjusted her jacket, and walked out, not even waiting for her car to pull up. People in the line outside said she looked upset, like she was fighting back tears. Now here's the twist, cousins. While Cardi was leaving the club, Cay Benji reportedly walked right past her. Sources say Cay was coming off stage, holding a drink, smiling for photos, when she locked eyes with Cardi for a split second. "You could cut the tension with a knife," one person said. Cardi looked away fast. She wasn't having it. Social media went into meltdown by morning. Blogs started posting side-by-side photos of both women at Starlets that night. Cay in her black leather fit, Cardi in silver sequins. The captions? Ruthless. Petty or coincidence? Stefon's baby mama versus his current queen? But here's where things start to twist, cousins. Because insiders are now claiming that Cardi didn't just stumble into this drama. Some say she knew exactly what was going down at Starlets that night. In fact, one promoter claims Cardi's team had been told Cay would be hosting before she showed up. So why go? What was she trying to prove? And it doesn't end there. Allegedly, there's leaked footage from inside the club that shows Cardi glancing toward the stage, whispering something that looks like "she really here?" before tossing her first stack of money. That clip hasn't been confirmed, but fans are demanding someone release it. So was Cardi really there to flex on Cay Benji? Or did she just find herself in the middle of a very awkward night tied to her boyfriend's past? Cousins, what happens next might make you look at this entire situation very differently. Because the real story, the one behind the money, the mood change, and that sudden exit, might involve something much deeper. Cousins, what happened after Cardi B stormed out of Starlet's that night might just be the part that breaks the internet. Because what looked like a quick dramatic exit has turned into a web of DMs, whispers, and rumors involving Stefon Diggs himself, and the baby mama at the center of it all, Cay Benji. Minutes after Cardi left the club, witnesses say her car pulled off fast, like tires screeching kind of fast. One paparazzi who was waiting outside claims he heard her shouting inside the SUV, "Why didn't nobody tell me she was here?" The moment was caught partially on camera. Though her face isn't visible, the voice and the energy feel unmistakably Cardi. Within an hour, that clip was all over the neighborhood talk, sparking chaos online. Cardi left mad, no doubt, a security guard reportedly told a gossip blogger who was on the scene. It wasn't about money. She looked betrayed. Betrayed, cousins. That word started trending before dawn, fans dissecting every possible reason why she'd feel that way. Now, according to a few insiders close to Cardi's circle, there's more to this story. They claim that while Cardi was still inside Starlet's, she got a message on her phone, and that's when her mood instantly changed. The message allegedly came from a mutual friend who sent her a photo of Cay Benji's flyer, captioned, "She's hosting tonight too." Cardi, realizing where she was, reportedly replied, "Ain't no way." But here's the messy part. People close to Stefon Diggs say he didn't tell Cardi about Cay hosting that night, and that's what set her off. Cardi felt played, one source said. She didn't care that Cay was hosting. She cared that Stefon didn't warn her. That's when it hit her. This situation wasn't as clean as she thought. And cousins, this is where things start getting even more dramatic. Around 3 a.m., just hours after the incident, Cardi posted, then quickly deleted, a cryptic message on her Instagram story. It read, "Don't ever have me outside looking stupid again. I'm not her." The internet exploded instantly. Fans believed she was sending a message straight to Stefon. Twitter, or X as it's now called, was a battlefield. One user wrote, "Cardi spent 25Ks to flex but left looking like she got played. This is wild." Another posted, "If Stefon really didn't tell her, she has every right to be mad. That's embarrassing." Meanwhile, Cay Benji wasted no time capitalizing on the attention. By the next afternoon, she posted a clip of herself from the event with the caption, "Good vibes only. Can't nobody mess with my energy." Fans immediately flooded her comments with shady remarks like, "She said good vibes but knew exactly who was in the room," and "You hosted the same night Cardi walked in? Girl, that's bold." But it doesn't end there, cousins. Because sources close to the club have leaked even more details. And it's messier than anyone thought. Apparently, promoters had tried to avoid the scheduling conflict altogether. "We didn't want no drama," one promoter told Hot Tea Room. "We actually reached out to both camps, but Cardi's team confirmed last minute. By then, Cay was already locked in." So the big question became, did Stefon Diggs know? Was this all a big misunderstanding? Or was someone stirring the pot behind the scenes? A close friend of Stefon's allegedly told Hollywood Lanes he didn't set that up, but he knew Cay was hosting that night. He figured it wouldn't matter. Cardi's not insecure. But clearly, it hit a nerve. That same night, Cardi was reportedly seen unfollowing a few accounts tied to Stefon's inner circle. Fans noticed within minutes and started posting screenshots with captions like, "Here we go again? Another offset situation?" It was giving deja vu, cousins. The same frustration, the same sense of betrayal that Cardi talked about in her recent interview. All over again. But here's what turned this small incident into something way bigger. A leaked DM thread allegedly between Cardi and one of her friends. The messages, which have not been verified, show Cardi saying, "I'm done trying to prove I'm cool with his past. You can't respect me and still keep that around." By now, blogs had turned the situation into a full-blown headline storm. Cardi confronts Stefon Diggs over baby mama drama, 25K club night turns into war of words, and Cay Benji speaks without speaking. Every outlet had their angle, and fans were dissecting every word, every facial expression. The next morning, paparazzi caught Cardi arriving home in sweats, looking visibly upset. Cameras flashed as she ignored questions about Stefon and Cay. But what really caught fans' attention was her expression. Blank, cold, drained. It looked like someone who'd had enough. Meanwhile, insiders said Stefon tried to reach out immediately. He was blowing her phone up, one insider said, calling, texting, apologizing, explaining, but she wasn't picking up. By Sunday afternoon, Cardi posted another story, this time just one word: peace. The background? A plain white screen. No filters, no emojis, just peace. And cousins, here's where things take a darker turn, because reports started surfacing that Cay Benji and Cardi may have crossed paths again the next day, in the most unexpected way. Some fans claim both women showed up at the same restaurant in Soho less than 24 hours after the strip club chaos. Coincidence or not? Witnesses described the atmosphere as tense. Cay reportedly left early, and Cardi stayed behind, taking a few photos with fans but looking distant. One person who was there said, "You could tell something was weighing on her, like she was tired. Not mad, just tired." But behind that tired look, cousins, might be something much deeper. Because insiders claim Stefon's past and present are starting to overlap in ways that even he can't control. And next, the real reason Cardi's team wanted her out of that club immediately, a reason that has to do with a conversation between Cay Benji and someone in Stefon's camp that no one was supposed to hear. Cousins, this is where everything takes a turn. Because what looked like a messy night at a strip club has now unfolded into something much bigger. Something that might shake up Cardi B's relationship with Stefon Diggs for good. So let's pick up right where we left off. After that tense weekend, rumors began circulating that someone close to Stefon's camp had been overheard talking to Cay Benji before the Starlets event, and not just about hosting. Allegedly, they were discussing Cardi. According to a leaked text thread posted by an anonymous account called Industry Tea Drop, Cay Benji allegedly received a message saying, "She's coming tonight. Keep it cute." The sender's name was blurred, but fans quickly pieced together who it might have been. One of Stefon's longtime friends who often travels with him for events. The internet detectives were in full swing, cousins, matching timestamps, comparing usernames, and linking old photos. Then things exploded again when another message leaked, this time reportedly from Cay herself, responding with, "She's pressed, not me. I'm here for my bag." That screenshot went viral within an hour. And while neither Cardi nor Stefon confirmed it, fans couldn't help but connect the dots. "She knew Cardi was coming," one fan wrote under the Shade Room's post. "That's why she hosted that night, it was a setup." But that's not even the most shocking part. Because the next day, one of Cardi's hairstylists posted, and quickly deleted, a story with the caption, "It's always the ones you think are done with the past that bring it right back." And guess what, cousins? That post was geotagged in Buffalo, the city Stefon plays for. Fans speculated that Cardi had flown out there to confront him in person. Insiders told Gossip Central that Cardi was heartbroken but not surprised. One of her close friends allegedly said, "She's been feeling energy shifts for weeks. This was just the confirmation she needed." But there's more. TMZ obtained photos of Cardi and Stefon having what looked like a serious conversation outside a black SUV the following night. Cardi had her hood up, eyes swollen, like she'd been crying. Stefon's hands were on his knees, looking frustrated, defeated even. After a few minutes, she walked away, got into a separate car, and drove off alone. A source told TMZ, "They've been arguing nonstop since that club night. She doesn't feel respected. She feels embarrassed, like history is repeating itself." And that's where fans started drawing parallels to her old relationship with Offset. One top comment said, "You can leave the man, but if the pattern doesn't change, the heartbreak follows you." Another said, "Cardi needs to heal, not hustle love." Meanwhile, Cay Benji seemed to be loving the attention. She went live on Instagram, blasting music and subtly shading Cardi without ever saying her name. "Ain't nobody mad but the one that left early," she said with a smirk. "If you insecure, that's on you." Within minutes, her comments were flooded with people tagging Cardi. But Cardi Cousins stayed silent, at least publicly. Behind the scenes, though, her team was reportedly furious. Sources told Urban Lens Media that her PR team reached out to Cay's promoter demanding they remove promotional content that featured both women's names, calling it disrespectful and misleading. As this chaos unfolded, fans noticed something else strange. Stefon Diggs hadn't posted a single thing on social media for 3 days straight, which is unusual for him. People started speculating he was in damage control mode, trying to calm the storm privately before it got worse. But it did get worse. On Wednesday morning, Hollywood Insider dropped an audio clip that allegedly captured a heated phone call between Cardi and Stefon. In the clip, which hasn't been confirmed, a woman who sounds exactly like Cardi says, "You made me look crazy. I'm not doing this no more." The man responds quietly, "It's not like that, Barty. You overthinking it." The internet lost it. "That's definitely Cardi," one user tweeted. "Her voice don't lie." Another said, "You can hear the hurt in her tone. She's done." Meanwhile, Latto, who's friends with Cardi, posted something cryptic the same day. "Never let a man's past play with your peace." Fans immediately linked it to the drama, even though she didn't mention names. Cousins, at this point, the energy around Cardi felt different. Gone was the flashy, confident attitude. What we saw instead, through subtle posts and quiet movements, was a woman who looked tired of fighting battles she didn't start. By Thursday, Cardi unfollowed Stefon on Instagram. Then came the tweet that broke everyone's hearts. "My piece means more than any headline. I tried." No emojis, no punctuation, just raw honesty. Stefon, however, posted hours later, writing, "Everybody want to tell half the story. I'll always respect her." Fans took that as confirmation that things between them were over, at least for now. As the dust settled, reports surfaced that Cardi was canceling a few appearances, allegedly to focus on herself. Paparazzi caught her leaving a spa in NYC, her head down, no makeup, just headphones in. She didn't speak to reporters, but when one shouted, "Cardi, are you and Stefon still together?" she gave a small shrug, the kind that says everything without saying a word. And Cousins, while some fans think this is just a small bump in the road, others believe this might be the beginning of the end for Cardi and Stefon. Because behind the scenes, people are saying trust has been broken. And once that happens, love rarely recovers. Still, one thing's for sure. Cardi's glow-up always follows her heartbreak. And if this really is the end, you can bet she'll turn this pain into platinum, just like she always does. But the question now is, what happens if Cay Benji decides to speak out? Because word is, she's been offered an interview. And if she accepts Cousins, we might hear her side of the story next. And based on what's already out there, it won't be pretty. So Cousins, make sure you stay tuned because this story isn't over. It's just getting started. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss the next update on this wild situation.